up, y'all? We live from the AJ and Tightest show from Stony Creek Inn. Today, February 18, 2020. I'm here with my guy, Brian Tightest Yarborough, and our special guest, Peoria Central High School coach, MEECHIE Edwards. Now, this is a special segment for me because I've known this guy, grew up watching this guy playing in grade school, and we're gonna talk about that. He's one of the greatest, if not the greatest grade school player I've ever had a chance to witness at Louds grade school back in the day. And we're gonna let him expound on that because nobody's really ever heard from the man himself. We've all talked about it, but we never like, oh, what MEECHIE thinks. So this is an important segment for me. Not only that, I played high school basketball with this guy. He's doing a great job coaching his alma mater, Peoria Central High School. On the girls' side, they're sitting at a whopping, 24-3 right now? 25-3. See how he gave me that? He makes you get it right, dude.
More than 23.
Get it right. So we're interested in let's give it up for MEECHIE, y'all. Yes, sir.
I go back with them from high school and always periodically in between. And literally, I was just joking that I've seen him grow. So this is one of the coolest brothers you're ever going to come across, man. Heart of gold. So so this is a treat for me just to have him, in the vicinity to make the magic that we do. So absolutely, man. I love having you here. And I know you had some straightaway at him.
Well, here we go. Let's get right to it.
All right.
So, who is MEECHIE Edwards? Tell the city of Peoria how it was for MEECHIE Edwards growing up in Peoria.
For MEECHIE Edwards, it was obviously basketball was a very important time in my life. I grew up on the south end of Peoria, Milman. And I always tell my team 1609 West Milman. But I was a guy that was pretty good in basketball. I ended up having my son diabetes at a young age, 7th grade, going to 8th grade year. My life changed at that point in time. I never forget going home and mom asked me that question. I thought that was the biggest thing ever in my life. My whole world was shattered. But she asked me, "Is that girl pregnant?" And I just looked at her and I said, "Yes, ma'am." My mom, I thought she was gonna go off. My mom got some ways with words, and she doesn't encourage you to make you feel like you're the worst person in the world. She kind of just walked away from me, and that hurt me. I'm the baby boy, so with all that being said, it took her a while to say something to me. That kid coming out, "Mom, this is what I did today. I was killing him out there, Mom." She just wouldn't say anything to me. Sure. So to make a long story short, when I finally started speaking to me again, she just told me, "You need to really grow up a lot sooner than you wanted to." And I understood exactly what she was talking about. My mom's a special person in my life. She's not only just my mom, it's my dad. She's
That's a lot of people's story right there.
Yeah, she's very inspirational. She's tough, man. That's where I get my toughness from. Right to this day, my words better come out right. And that's a little bit. Obviously, I played with AJ Guyton in high school. That kid comes from Sterling. I'm a year older than him. And flat out shooting the basketball. We all know where AJ was coming from Pearson. And got a great opportunity to play with him. He grew up a lot quick. Shooting the basketball, to play defense. And when he first came in, he was a scorer.
Yes,
when he finally walked out, he was a great scorer and great defender.
Exactly.
So with that being said, that's a lot. Give ups to Coach Bish. Taught us a whole lot, man. Seriously, a lot of things that I do today as far as coaching is what I learned from him. And a little bit of things I kind of tweak a little bit, put my little thing to it. But man, I just love the city of Peoria. And that's what it's all about. I'm glad you guys put me out here.
Absolutely.
Get a chance to speak on it, my story, my whole life. Everybody got their stories on Facebook.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Never ever got an opportunity. I'm not that type of social guy. But I just think this is an honor today to get this opportunity.
Absolutely, and that's what's important, man. And it's important for people to know who our true mentors and heroes are in our neighborhood. Not all our heroes go to the NBA or go to the NFL. In fact, only 1% of them do. And so we need to put a spotlight and shine on the people that are doing everyday things that are making a difference with is what you are. So let's go back to the Loucks Middle School days. So I want to clear up some rumors and some myths.
This is a Snopes episode right here.
Yeah, people don't know. Like he was the greatest middle school basketball player I ever seen at that at that period of time. I mean, people always, this person had 85. What was the highest you've ever scored at Loucks?
The highest I ever scored was 60 points.
60 points.
Scored 60 points against Greeley.
Ooh.
Coach Turner at the time became my coach.
Shout out Steve Turner.
Yeah. And I ended up scoring 60 points, and I'll never forget, I was just about to check back in. My guy, Miss Poppins, Junior Poppins, told me, you had 58 points. I'm like, 58 points? I was a guy just go hard. Yeah. I didn't even calculate how many points I scored or anything of that nature. But then when she told me that, I got me still got me one more. So made it 60. But it was at that time, man, there was a lot of great players. Yeah, it really was, and that's what made you go hard each and every day. You know, and I grew up watching Howard.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean, I've seen him drop 60.
Yeah.
With my brother Gardner.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
My brother had 40.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, he was going back and forth. But I mean, those lost days, man, it was unbelievable.
I remember MEECHIE having those blue and yellow
dunk eyes.
Yeah. Man, they were so. I couldn't afford them. And I'm like, how he get those coming down?
How did you get those?
You know what? That's my big bro, Lamont Thomas, went to Chicago, Jewtown.
Jewtown. Yeah.
And Lamont Thomas from here, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Lamont, what's up, man?
So he got asked me what did I want? Some shoes. So he came back home with those dunk eyes. And I said, I'm playing those in the season. And they was perfect color for
okay. I can still remember that yesterday because he had the flat top.
Yeah.
And coming down left. A little bitty jam. You go 2 dribbles, you had half left pull. Now, people, I'm sure he had 60 points, but I know MEECHIE had 25 rebounds. Yeah. Probably. Because that's just the knack and the playing hard is what he did on the basketball court. So we had the phenomenal career. So let me ask this question. Top 5 grade school players you've ever seen. Can you name 5?
It's tough. There's a lot of great ones.
Yeah.
It's really, truly tough, man. You know, a lot of people have asked me that before. I wouldn't even stick my hand in that to be able to say something like that because I've watched a lot and I played against a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough, man.
Who's the memorable ones then?
I love Terry Washington. Terry Washington was good.
Gail King.
What school did Terry Washington go to?
Terry Washington, I want to say played at Braintree.
Okay.
I mean, he was really good. And Derek Proctor. Back in the day, one of the 2 winning worlds, Chuck Taylor. You know, American League and National League back in the day. So you might end up playing against your friend in the championship game. So that was a while back, man. But there was a lot going on back then. But that's why we was basketball mecca.
He was a basketball man. Everybody played the game out. We was just talking about how we're outside every single day, all day. And times have changed. We don't want to sound like the old grumpy old men. But that was our Facebook. You know what I mean? That was our Facebook. Yeah, that's it.
The alarm was the lights coming on. That was the alarm saying, "Come on home." And if you heard your mom driving around screaming your name, you knew what was happening next.
How'd you know where all your friends was? Because their bikes was at the same house. Oh, they there. You drop your bike and you go in. So let's fast forward. So you talked about, I don't know if you guys caught that. He talked about, having a father at the age of 14. Yes. So going into high school, what kind of effect did this have on you going into high school, especially with you guys don't know, he's one of the most heralded middle school players going into high school. And to have that carry on your back where you got to feed your family at that age, how did that have any effect on you going in high school?
Well, it was tough. You know what I mean? I could have easily made an excuse backing away, being that father kind of just in and out. Didn't choose that because I didn't want to be like mom. So the game of basketball, that's my first love. And it became tough because now I had a new love, which is Demetrius.
Yeah, for sure.
And I still worked hard, but I couldn't get that extra in like I need to because he had to go home and get to bed.
Yeah,
I
for sure.
I in practice.
Yes, I remember. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Coach Bitch, we had a kind of little quarrel a little bit where we kind of went back and forth. He told me that, "Yo, son, it's not a babysitting service." So I told Coach, your son here, and make a long story short, Coach understood that. He respected me for that. And that was his boy. Right to this day, and always was his boy. Coach, just let me know. You got to make sure the priority's straight. I'm pretty sure he wanted to challenge me, see what type of dad I was going to be, because I was going to speak up for him and his behalf. And Man, it was. You know, I had some teachers thinking I was better than what I was.
Yeah.
A couple of them said some things to me it didn't bother me at all, but as I got older, like, man, that was really mean.
Yeah, for sure, right.
You know, but I tell you what, man, those moments in my life made me tough, made me to this day. Man. You know, I was dreaming about going to the NBA. I had my shoes, I drew them out in grade school, Air MEECHIEs.
Yeah.
You know, they were similar to the
I came across one of them drawings.
Yeah, man. It just slowed down just a little bit, not knowing until I got older how I evolved and what, you know, I had to make different turns before him, and it was still, I wouldn't change nothing in the world.
For sure.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't change being around you guys, I wouldn't change being Peoria how I live for the rest of my life. I just love who I became. You know, a lot of people are like, man, I thought you were going to make it big, man. I'm successful in my heart.
In your heart.
You know what I mean? So I really do. I love the city of Peoria, and I just really respect myself and my family, man. That's what it's all about. And we are really strong. You know? Behind the scenes, we call ourselves team members. When things go bad, when things go good. You know, things go bad, team members just have a meeting. Things going great, team members just what we did. You know what I mean? So that's what it's all about.
Well, what if I could, what advice do you give somebody that's in a situation like yours, where they do have, you know, a son or a daughter at an early age, but they still see themselves for exceptional skill levels they may have? What do you tell people that you've learned through your failures and your triumphs? Like what advice could you give somebody that literally is trying to walk in your shoes right now?
Well, you know, first of all, I won't call any of it failure. You know what I mean? Second of all, I think you got to be true to yourself. You put yourself in that predicament, kind of like, you know, Mom said, you built it, now you got to lay in it. You know what I mean? So you got to stay strong. You got to look at the end of the tunnel and see what your goals are. If you don't have goals, it won't evolve to anything. So, and that's what I did, man. I knew that my life was about to change. Everybody still loved me as a basketball player, but I was tired. I get up in the middle of the night, get my little man to get some milk. You know what I mean? I had to change his diapers. I was doing all that. You know what I'm saying? So even after basketball practice, getting home, I had one little stroller. They had the jogging strollers then.
Yep.
And the strollers, so I had to pick the whole stroller up and bring him back home. So those are little things people don't know, behind the scenes what we're doing. But if you're a youngster and you had a kid at a young age, just stay strong, reach out to the supporting cast, and understand what goes and what you really want to do. You know what I mean? You got to step forward. Don't back away from it. Because later on in life, that kid's going to resent you. Right. And then what? Now you and this kid's the worst.
So a lot of people, you know, they can't live your life. Like I had the benefit of knowing you from an early stage when you actually did have kids and saw you balancing this and saw you still showing up for class, still doing good, and still being every bit of the man you are today. So those things are rarities that a lot of people don't have. What one thing, if you could tell that person out there that really has a chance to make it in a big way, what's the one thing that you would want them to take away from your life and what you've done? What would be, you would be looking at someone and saying, this is what, I mean, you know, for you it would be?
I would say, one thing I would say is stay true to yourself and be strong. Mental toughness goes a long way. And that's what people don't understand. That's what the game of basketball taught me. You know what I mean? I was a good ball player, and I went hard, but I didn't understand really true that mental toughness. That carries on for the remainder of your life. And those are things that we all have to understand. That's what evolves in every generation. You know, we all try to figure out what hidden is in this generation, that generation. But the truthful thing is, will always stay the same, is that mental toughness that you're able to do.
Well, I wanted you to repeat this too. I asked him to talk about any failures or any triumphs. He said he doesn't look at anything as a failure. That is an exceptional attitude to have. And what that says is that everything that set him back, he learned from. So those things become a positive. So you have to embrace it all. And I like the way that he phrased that. I think that was a really, if you would, a grown-up thing to say. So a lot of your kids out there, things like that, I mean, that's where you end up mentally down the line. So you get the benefit of seeing it right now. So his failures helped him grow. Any setbacks were things that helped build him. And those things build character. And we've all in this room, especially in this room, have seen some major setbacks, and we've all been able to climb from it. And his story is just as exceptional as yours is. I mean, everybody don't go to the NBA, everybody's not a movie star, but there's so much other than that. I mean, you can still be the best you and do other things like this man right here. Every day he inspires. I mean, just listen to his story. I mean, just having a conversation with him is enough to probably snap some people out of it like that and be like, wow, I've been looking at it wrong or looking at it differently. So I appreciate hearing your story from a real place.
So back with Coach MEECHIE Edwards, talking about your high school career. Had a solid high school career. Had the opportunity to compete with you, and people, you know, we competed at the time where the Manual Dynasty was just starting. I think it was your junior year, my sophomore year. And shout out to Manual Rams, had a great run at it. But you know, we competed, and I don't have any regrets as a player. I never did, and I think I beat him one time. I know you beat him a couple times. But people are like, you didn't. I don't care. Like we played as hard as we could. He was better than us.
Right.
But
just so y'all know, I was 5th string water boy, so I had little experience out there. If the first 4 water boys got hurt, I was in game time, baby. So remember that.
that's where you was one of the refs. But no, and so you end up finishing your senior year, and then you still managed to use basketball to get an education.
Yes.
Where did you end up going to college?
I ended up going to Missouri State University. I went there my freshman year. I redshirted my freshman year. Ended up hurting my back. It's crazy. Came there. Wasn't supposed to run. Playing my freshman year. Went out there that summer, right before school ready to start. I went up for a layup in open gym. The dude clipped me out the air.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it kind of shifted my hips. So I was out, so they went ahead and redshirted my freshman. Came back the second year. Ended up playing, doing quite well, man. New coach Tom Smith ended up leaving. I ain't like the other coaches, man. So I was like, nah, get up out of here, man.
Sure.
So I ended up going to Lubbock.
Okay.
Up in Kansas, one of the top JUCOs in the nation at the time. They played against Hutchinson.
Yep.
Who else do we have in that division? Topeka. Some nice teams, man. A couple guys we played against were Barton County.
Okay. Yeah.
But I mean, it was a nice experience, man. Ended up leaving from there. Got hurt, went back. I went back to Missouri Western State University. Got hurt my junior year.
Oh.
That's why I blew my knee out.
Okay.
And so then from there, man, I came back home. I had 2 surgeries for this one injury.
Yeah.
So I had it there at school before I left. As the summer, school was winding down. Came back home, was actually walking. I was actually doing pretty good, and I felt like I could play again. But I had to go have the second one here by Dr. Phillips here down there at Great Plains. And it happened that, man, and it kind of just, at that moment there, when I did blow my knee out, man, it was all about diabetes again.
Okay.
And I knew at that time that it was about winding down. And before I hit the ground, my knee was this big.
Ooh.
They carried me back in the room, and the doctor told me I know it's your ACL, I don't know what else. It's too swollen. Did an MRI, and I tore everything. Yeah, so ligaments tore out, a piece of my bone like the size of a nickel. Doctor was like, man, you'd be happy to walk again.
Right.
People didn't know that.
Right.
You know, I had to have 2 surgeries, like I said, so I had my second one down at Great Plains. And Greg, was actually my therapist, told me if you want to walk right again without a limp for the rest of your life, you better come on with it.
Yeah.
So I just went hard, man, just to be able to walk right. It wasn't even about the game anymore. You know, I loved it. I just want to be able to walk right there and play with my kids. And that's where it was kind of all just, you know, coaching. I just couldn't stay away from basketball.
Stay away from the game.
Coach Bitch called me up, asked me, do I want to coach the varsity this summer? I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah, right.
You know, so
that was a big thing.
Yeah, that was a big thing, man. Coach Bitch asking you to coach.
Yeah.
So I ended up doing that. Went up to Loyola, and I won my first game I coached in the summer. We won a nail biter. Last second shot. I drew up the play. I don't know what I drew up, but I know I got the ball in the right hand. And I'm winning. We celebrated, and Coach asked me that I want to do it again this summer, so I ended up doing that. And I went back to school, came back each summer, and then once he knows I was back home for a while, he asked me if I wanted to be a freshman coach. So man, it was all a dream.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you what's funny though. You know, we don't wear earrings, we don't do none of that. But I'm grown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Coach, you can't tell me nothing no more. And it was smooth how he did it though. It taught me one more lesson before I really became mentally tough. And I came in with my earrings with my team. You know, he let me rock like all summer. Because school started about to start. Called me in his office, you know, I love you, Mitchie. You can do what you want to do.
Yeah, that's the start.
Do what you want to do. You look good. But I'm going to tell you one thing, you know, it's your team. You run them how you want to run them. I'm not going to say anything, but What you gonna say when they put the earring in?
Mm.
That's going back on me again.
Yeah, oh,
So I so I stepped back a little bit. I kind of looked, and what was crazy, I walked out of his office. I turned right to my right, and when I put that earring.
Oh, really?
Thank God took mine out
Yeah.
before I opened that door.
Yeah.
I was able to still say, take your earring out.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? And that's what we gotta, really learn as adults. I can't tell a kid not to do something. I'm doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
So that was one more blessing that he gave me before I even really actually knew.
I had a question that came in. This is for both of you. What do you enjoy more or did enjoy more? Actually playing or coaching? What was the most enjoyable experience of your time?
Playing.
Yeah.
Playing hands down? No,
Yeah.
no debate, no
I can control more when I was playing.
Yeah.
Coaching, you usually have no control. You're just hoping. You're just hoping when you're coaching. So you discipline your team and you work all summer, all week, and you just gotta hope they get it. But playing, you can influence more. I don't know about you.
I agree with that 100%. I mean, the game is something out there playing. I get to dodge that loose ball because I wanted more than that next person. I mean, it made a big difference, man. Me knocking them key free throws, I worked out, me so much. But
Yeah. What you said, talked about the earring, and it was a big deal back, I think, in 2012 or 2014, where the kids, the haircut issue. And I feel, it's a new day.
Yeah.
But I saw the lesson in what Bisher and Boyle and those coaches had in place of sacrificing something in order to play the game. So these coaches know that you really want to be here for the game. What was your thought process when you heard that happen with Coach Ruffin? For those who don't know, Coach Ruffin got suspended a few games back a few years ago because our old unwritten rule was that we had to shave all facial hair, we had to keep our afro low, and no designs or anything like that.
We're seeing other stories like that right now.
Yeah, we had to have certain tie on it every game and all that back then. So, what did you think when you heard that news?
To answer your question, I was livid, really.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? A lot of great players went to that program. I'm not including myself. And for that to go down like that, and like you said, it was an unwritten rule. We all knew that. Whole city of Peoria knew that.
Right.
Some kids didn't want to come to Peoria. You knew that.
You cut that.
The only ones made it there was the ones willing to make the extra sacrifice. That was sad. It hurt my heart more than anything because we were on the ones who went through that just as well as others before us. I never forget my senior year. I had to ask him that question. Coach, why we can't wear earrings? Why can't you? As long as I keep this trimmed up looking good, it's not going to affect my play. And he stated what you already said. It's all about making that sacrifice. If you're willing to make that sacrifice, Meech, you're willing to do anything. You want to be part of this team. I think you look great with that earring. I don't care about the earring. It's all about here. That's what he cared about.
So that sounds a lot like Carl Cannon. I feel like he's describing Carl.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's what that's what it all boiled down to. And I didn't understand as a freshman, sophomore, junior. But my last conversation I had with him as a senior, I understood exactly what he was talking about. And I never pressed the issue ever again. So to make a long story short, to get back to the question you asked me, I didn't understand that, and that hurt my heart, like I said earlier, but I just didn't understand it. And now we allow certain things, and like you said, it's a different generation. I have nothing to do with that. That's why I like the girls' side.
Yeah, for sure.
They can wear their own hair. But it's different.
It's very different. It's different, and that's basically where you have to leave it at because people are very ultra sensitive about it.
Exactly.
I just think without order, there's chaos.
Yeah.
I think that's what you're seeing in high school sports and in AAU. You see parents starting to fight coaches and kids jumping coaches is because the coaches aren't able to control their environment anymore. Everybody to play basketball has become a right. It's not a privilege anymore. It used to be a privilege and an honor. So it is what it is. But I thought that was very interesting. Now, you had a chance to win a couple state titles with Peoria High under Coach Bisher. It was a great feeling and it made us all proud. And then after that, you decided to tip on over to the girls' side. Shortly after that. Not right away, but shortly after that. What made you say, you know what, I'm going to give this a shot?
Well, it was different. job opened up. And it got something to do with Demetrius.
Yeah, sure.
You know, we send Demetrius over to Washington for various reasons. I'm never going to get into that. It's no one else's business. But he had a great career there. So at this point in time, I know I just had to step away for a little bit because I was concentrating on him. New environment, new setting. I wanted to be a little bit selfish of concentrating on my son. So I'll never forget we had the Sean Livingston camp. Eddie Matthews, Coach Booth, and quite a few coaches kind of came up to me like, why wouldn't you coach the girls? And I was like, no, I got to concentrate on my son. I'm not doing that. And so to make a long story short, man, I went over to Washington, had Gus Macker that year over that area. And I was leaving. I watched Demetrius play, and I was leaving. So the whole Central girls were over there. And I knew who they were. I watched them play when I was coaching the boys. So they surrounded me. I'm like, hey, what up, y'all? Hey, coach, how you doing? So Tressie Todd, one of the first ones come up out the crowd, like, coach, won't you coach us? And I just stared. I remember just looking at her, why would I want to coach him?
You're right.
That's my exact response. And she said, coach, the only thing we need is some discipline. That's all we need, coach. We got some discipline, we're going to be really good.
So asking for that.
Yeah, so, you know, that's very rare.
Yeah.
You know, at the time, I was stuck.
Yeah.
You know, so I went home and I thought about this, and I sat down with the family, and, you know, we added Demetrius' schedule up with the girls' schedule, how would this work, and I finally said yes after I turned it down 10 times, so I did, to be perfectly honest. But they are the ones who affected me. It was 9, I had 10 before I got to them.
Okay.
But it was...
Sounds like it was your calling too.
Yeah, man, you know what?
You're on fire.
I tell you what, man, girls' basketball is different. And we're going to say they're different, mentally tougher. See what I'm saying? Girls are, once they believe in you, they will run through that brick wall. They got your back no matter what. You know, they're very sensitive, but they also very emotional to a point where they get over like a pit bull. And my girls, man, it's a family. It really truly is, man. I can get on them. People like, oh, you always in there. And my girls are tough. Like, for real, I put them against anyone. They are good kids. Out of 12 kids I have on my roster, 10 of them, other 2 better get their up.
Right.
So that's what it's all about, man. We just having fun. I don't know, you know, knock on wood. I don't know where it's gonna take us, but I tell you what, this ride this year, man, has been so fun.
And I know Coach MEECHIE has to get out of here real soon. Got practice today preparing for the regional in Galesburg. So tell us a little bit about this season, and have you exceeded your expectations?
Well, you know what we did this summer. We started in the summer. We had different goals. You know, the first goal was get better in the summer. Second goal was, once the season starts, make sure we together as one. And the third one was when our Thanksgiving tournament. The fourth one was when our Christmas tournament. Our fourth one was when a conference. And here comes our fifth one. You know, so we broke it all down. Now we're at our next stage of the season. And I mean, practice been good. Like, for real, like, it's been like, last couple of days, I'm like, I got chills to talk about it right now. I'm just being perfectly honest, man. I'm so excited for them. I feel like my team involved in everything we spoke about. You know, sometimes people watch me on the side, like, oh, he's going for it. Man, I've been truly, I'm thanking God. They've been allowing me to be calm.
Exactly.
You know, so it's gonna be exciting. You know, I mean, I always tell them I'm the biggest fan. When somebody sit back and just watch them, it's a team where I can just, you know, let them play. They understand it. And it's funny, we watch film, and I've never had a team pass the ball 15 consecutive times on their own without me yelling, move the ball, until they get a great shot. So they do have that self-within discipline. So it's pretty cool, man.
And it's still a young team.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You only got 2 seniors?
Yeah, well, 3. I got 3 seniors.
You said the practices are late?
Yeah, man, our practices are nice.
So literally you're dealing with people that love the game.
Love the game.
You can't ask for
No, you can't.
But it's up a play in that.
Yep.
It's funny because I remember walking into it when I first got the job. I came and visited MEECHIE, and he was talking about, y'all just don't love the game. I'm not sure. And she just kept saying that in the open gym. I'm like, yeah, I can see that. But now it's that, you know, that feel of success and feeling like, okay, what Coach MEECHIE been preaching for the last 3-4 years is finally kicking in and it's working. Now we believe, and that's the wall that he's talking about that these young ladies will run through for him. So, you know, I'm sure it's very, very gratifying to watch for you. And you guys finished tied for first in the conference.
Finished tied first in the conference.
And so So now you're the number 2 seed in the regional, or
We're number 1.
number 1 seed in the
Number 1
regional.
seed, yeah.
So they go up to Galesburg. What time do you guys play?
We play at 6 o'clock on Tuesday. We're waiting on the winner between Limestone and Notre Dame.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting. We just played Notre Dame a couple weeks ago, last week actually. And so we got a little bit more insight on them. And then we played Limestone a couple weeks prior to them. So, you know, we're very familiar with both of these teams. So we're excited, man. We're just ready to get it started. And, you know, we've been probably, like I said, probably been great. Our kids like to, let's go at somebody else.
So it's probably the Rogues going to go through Richwoods and Morton again if they handle their business.
Yes.
You handle your business.
Well,
so.
you know what? We will probably have to. It's kind of funny. I love how IJSA did it this year. They got Richwoods elsewhere. You know, they got Morton elsewhere. And we in Galesburg. So Richards and Canton, Morton's in Washington, and we in Galesburg. So if we win our regional, we'll come out, we have to play Kankakee, that area there. Okay, so if Richwoods win their region, they got to go to Morton first.
Oh, so one of them go.
One of them go. So, you know.
That can go either way. Both well-coached teams and used to win.
Spoiler alert.
Excited about that.
If you really think about this, I'm not off the top a little bit, but girls basketball is good.
It's getting better. I was going to get into that.
Guy, I'm telling you, man, like, it's serious. Me and my wife sitting there, I'm kind of just going, I'm always looking at something every night. I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, dude, we got some good teams.
Yeah.
So I said, let me flip it on the boys. I'm not knocking the boys, you know, that's what I love. But in the same token, I'm like, man, we got some heavy hitters every night.
Let me ask you this, because here's the thing. Here's what every guy says that doesn't understand girls basketball. But they can't dunk, What is it that they do that makes it to the level where you are just intense on it, outside of the dunk? What is it about them?
Fundamentals.
And the ethics, like you were saying, and the desire to play.
Yes. I mean,
and the way they work as a team. And one thing I don't see in girls basketball, I don't see anybody that wants that ball all to themselves.
That's right.
I see a team sport.
Yeah.
And when you come in as a team, you leave as a team, and that builds, within you.
Sure.
Man, it's so crazy. When my team come out the locker room before practice, they don't come out that locker room until everyone's ready to come out the locker room. Every move they make together. And it's funny, one thing I'm going to say, and I'll get out of here in a little bit, but I have, our kids, with girls basketball, you have some girls don't know how good they really are. Boys, everybody make good. You ain't no good, you ain't no left.
Exactly.
Girls, you might have them go left and right, and she might have a jumper, and she got to pull up, and she play, but she don't know that yet. That's the best part of it. And once they start seeing, oh my, it's over. And it's really like the old saying, let that flower blossom. And once girls blossom, then they stay blossom.
So I have a daughter that plays. She's 13, and I have the same exact issue, but I can't push. I just kind of let it develop. I'm like, you can go both ways. You can score, but she doesn't notice. They put that dog inside.
And what's that record?
The best player on the court.
What's that record?
Her record? She ain't lost a game yet.
Right.
She's 29-0 in 2 years in Peoria.
Right.
So, but yeah, I can see that what you're saying, and that's the difference in the fundamentals that he's talking about. Like, I was a fundamental basketball player. That's what made me who I was. It was that I could shoot the ball, but I could break you down with taking 2 dribbles. And girls, they focus on that because they're not as athletic. It's below the rim. It's not, I got to get to the hole and jump over somebody.
So it's a different experience where it feels like basketball.
It feels like if you rewind back to the 50s, that's how they was playing basketball, like girls play.
Yeah.
But now athleticism, strength, and all that is taking over. It's all about now. So, not to say both of them
guys
are
out
good
there
to fun to watch.
Give it another shot. Give it another shot. Look at it through these glasses and through this perspective, and see what you might be missing. Give it another shot. Couldn't hurt, right?
Let's let MEECHIE get out of here. We thank you, man. I wish we had more time, but we'll catch you next time. Hopefully, our next conversation will be about this sectional championship game that you guys will be attending.
This is awesome.
And we are back, and today we have a special surprise for you because this is the first time you're actually going to meet one of our biggest sponsors, Heart of Gold, a person I consider a brother, does so much for the area and just happens to own just about every Boost Mobile you're going to come in contact with. So without further ado, this is my brother for life, Mo. And Mo, why don't you tell us a little bit about your business and what you brought here today?
Thank you, Brian. Thank you for having me here, and it's a pleasure as always. Just to go over a few promotions that we currently have at Boost Mobile. When you switch, we currently have the iPhone 7 brand new for $29.99 when you switch over from a non-Sprint carrier. And we have the pre-owned iPhone 8 Plus, which is I believe is the hottest deal out there, at $49.99 when you switch from another carrier.
Wow.
So two amazing iconic devices for a really good price and good value.
So this box is way bigger. So tell us the difference.
Well, it's
I
screen
didn't
size,
think
right?
about it.
8 Plus definitely has a larger screen, better processor, better camera. And don't be fooled that I'm saying it's pre-owned. It comes with a 90-day warranty, so shop with confidence at our locations.
Okay. And then, are you guys running any specials right now other than what's going on here? Or
Yeah, we have add-a-line specials if you're currently a Boost Mobile customer. If you've been with Boost for 8 months, you're eligible for what's called Boost Up, which is our VIP, no contract, no interest financing program. You can finance the latest iPhones for a really low down deposit and monthly payments. So we got it all.
So a lot of times I hear that people they just don't have the credit. They can't get a phone, and that their bill is $90 a month for unlimited. And then after a certain point, that unlimited starts slowing down drastically. What do you say to that person to have them come over to your store? What do you do different?
What differentiates Boost from everyone else is Boost is no contracts, no credit checks. Everyone is approved to get a phone.
Oh wow!
And as far as the plans go, we have, I think, the most competitive plans in the market. $50 gives you unlimited talk, text, unlimited gigs, 12 gigabytes of hotspot. And then we have our $60 plan that gives you unlimited talk, text, unlimited gigs, HD video, and 30 gigabytes of hotspot. So very good value.
Tell them about what hotspots do. What does that do for, say, a car with kids with devices that don't have network plans? What does that do?
Definitely. So hotspot basically makes your phone act like the modem, and then you can get internet on other devices like a laptop, a tablet, and then you can use your
You said it spits out 12 gigs for the hotspot.
50, and then on the $6 plan is 30.
So you could be on iPad, you can be on anything and still have a good solid signal for that. So that might be something good just to know that you have for like a family vacation. I know I love it. I love having a hotspot.
You go on vacations, kids are in the car. Definitely a good tool to have. But what really differentiates us on the plans is our family plans. So we currently have 4 lines for $100 a month. That gives you unlimited talk, unlimited text, unlimited gigs, and 1 gigabyte of hotspot each line. And my favorite plan, and I think the one that has the most value, is the 4 lines for $120 that give you unlimited talk, unlimited text, unlimited gigs, and 30 gigabytes of hotspot each line.
So what happens if someone comes in and they said, Tightest said to come on in here and see you? Or if they say, AJ Guy said to come on in and see you, what happens?
Price take care of you like family.
Price go up?
They'll take care of you.
Right. Well, how long have you been in Peoria?
Oh man, we moved here in 1999.
Oh, okay.
From Jordan directly to Peoria. So I've been here for a long time.
From Jordan?
Yeah.
I was just about to echo that, yeah.
Yeah, man. I spent some time in Tel Aviv.
Nice.
Definitely
Yeah,
did.
very nice.
Yeah. And a little bit of time in Tehran. I had to get up out of there. I got scared. I was like, man, that was an experience. But great countries, man. I really enjoyed it.
Beautiful mix of culture,
Absolutely.
food.
Israel is my favorite place.
Nice.
I played in 9 different countries, but Israel was by far my favorite because of just the culture and how nice people were. English was a second language. It was a great time living on the Mediterranean Sea. So I have a great affection for that part of the country. So I mean that part of the world. So I'm sorry, but it was a great place to be and to feel that culture. It's not something I can never get out of my mind for some reason. So I take my wife there.
I'm actually planning on going to Jordan this summer. Hopefully with my mom just to visit some family. I haven't seen my uncles in forever. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah,
It's always a good time when you go back and visit family.
Absolutely, especially there.
So what do you say to people that are aspiring to be a business owner? Because what you've done accomplishment-wise is something that even a seasoned business owner dreams of. And what that means is a lot of people are lucky to own something, to own one thing. And to hang on to that is so different than actually getting it. And then for that to be successful is a whole nother level. For it to be so successful that you can open up a duplicate, those are the rarities. Those are hard to do. You must be in a different tax bracket to be able to pull those things off, like a franchise owner, like a McDonald's or something similar. So what do you do? Because he started off with nothing. There was nothing. And right now you own how many stores?
We're currently at 16 locations in
16
Central Illinois.
stores. And I call him and I'm like, hey, come over to the house, let's play a game or something. Oh, I can't, I'm opening a new store in Champaign. I'm like, are you drinking champagne at a new store? Like what, next time he's in Chicago or he's in Springfield doing this. So what do you say to the people out there that can affect them? Like what would you tell them how to achieve even just a small portion of what you did? What did you have to give up to be able to do this? And what should they be doing? How should they be thinking?
So first and foremost, what I tell everyone is you have to love what you're going to do. If you love what you're going to do, you're going to wake up every day wanting to grow it, wanting to do more. And that's genuinely how I feel. You know, I love what I do. I love traveling. I love going around. I love empowering people, employing people. So that's something that I actually love to do. And that's probably the number one thing that gets you out of the bed and makes you succeed. And the other thing is adaptability. You know, in every industry, you're going to have to learn to adapt when you're successful and when things are not going as good. And I've had to learn how to adapt in the good times and in the bad times, and make sure that I have emergency funds for everything, and then that way I continue to succeed.
Okay. So on top of him owning the stores and letting you walk in off the streets with nothing and be able to basically walk away with a device that can link you to your family, give you that security. One of the things that impresses me about him from a completely different standpoint is that he's busy, constantly opening stores, but he always gives back, and he uses every opportunity to do so, whether that's sponsoring other people that are doing magnanimous things for other people or philanthropy work, to him actually doing it himself. Like, it's nothing for him to supply backpacks full of school supplies to kids that need it in the area, and he does it all the time. And what is it that you say to other people that can encourage them to kind of do what you do when they own businesses and we see that they're not giving back to the community? What kind of message of inspiration would you give to them to kind of let them know that it's easy to do and it's kind of addicting, and the more that you help, you'll see that it's reciprocated in business and sales and word of mouth? So what would you say to companies out there to give more?
The way I feel about it is that the reason you're successful is because of these customers that are coming into your location. And it's your duty to give back to the communities that you serve. So it's definitely, I don't see it as something that I do for fun or anything like that. I see it as a duty and something that I have to do in order for me to feel good inside. Because if I don't do that, I don't think I'm doing the right thing.
Okay, in addition to employing countless people,
yeah,
and I've never, I haven't heard the word no from him in anything. And I do a lot of stuff as well, and I can come to him with anything, and he's ready to, one, support it, whether that be with advice, whether that be financial, whether that be with a giveaway, whether that be with some phones. He's always there because he's a brother. So this is someone you can feel real comfortable doing business with. And it's somebody that also shares the Tightest Certified hashtag. And all you got to do is look that up on Facebook, hashtag Tightest Certified, and you're going to see the very best of the best from ball players and people that shape minds into absolute beasts to people that give back nonstop and don't know how to not do that. So check that out if you ever get a second and want to play around. And then lastly, going out, can you tell us how to get to some of these stores? Like, where some of the locations at that are the most prominent? So
we have 6 locations in the Peoria, East Peoria area. 4 Stillingale, 704 East War Memorial, 3320 University, 841 West Main, 612 Western Avenue, and then 235 East Washington and East Peoria. So those are the primary 6 locations in Peoria, East Peoria area. And we would love to be able to serve you guys and get you on an affordable plan and plans that are going to create value for you and your family.
Okay, well, those are some nice phones. I appreciate you coming out today.
As always, it's a pleasure. Thank you.
Absolutely. Do you have any wrap-up questions? We're good? Okay, well, it's a pleasure, man. Thank you so much. Inspired. And we are back, and right now we have another special guest for you today. None other than the Peoria and soon-to-be world-famous Mr. Warith Muhammad. For those of you that don't know Warith, he's been in these streets longer than anyone I know, with a positive message, actually trying to inspire and change youth through music to try to switch their perception and to try to go a different direction. He's dealt with a lot of negativity, and over the time it's become positivity. So right now he's on the verge of a lot of different things going his way. So without any more time wasted, Mr. Warith Muhammad.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. AJ, legend. Pretty sure you already know. Brian Tightest, legend. It's an honor to be here with both of y'all today.
Honored to have you, man. Appreciate you.
Definitely.
So can you tell us a little bit about you, where you come from?
I was born in East Oakland.
Shout out to the Bay Area.
Shout out to the Bay.
Spice One.
Yeah.
Too
short.
Too short.
Too pop. You know what I'm saying?
Playlist on fleet when I leave here. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was born in East Oakland. We moved to Peoria. My mom moved here. This is where all my family is from. So we moved back here, and that's where I've been ever since. When I came from Oakland, they literally, my mom had to teach us guerrilla warfare, meaning, when you hear gunshots outside your window, you don't stand up, you crawl to the floor and you just pull your blanket on the floor and go to sleep on the floor.
How old are you hearing this?
5 years old.
5 years old.
Yeah, I was 5 years old when my mom was teaching us,
So you're supposed to be a statistic now.
Yeah.
And that didn't happen.
No.
And why did that happen?
First off, God. I believe God has kept his hand, around me and my family, ever since I've been born. A lot of things I can't explain. Situations I done made it out of, I wasn't supposed to make it out of,
The talks we've had.
Yeah,
a whole lot.
Definitely. But, God, number one, and then my mom, she made a decision to leave Oakland after some people had kicked in our door one time, and, they was pretty much about to do something to her. And all I can remember as a kid, being like 6, 7 years old, is thinking, I'm so small, my hand's so small, if they touch my mama, all I can do is go get a knife out the kitchen. And then I with enough force of my swing and this knife, yeah, we gonna get some people off my mama today.
Chucky, actually.
Yeah.
So
you gotta say that.
So it feels weird asking you these things that I already know, but I just want everyone else to know. Can you tell us what you do in the community? A lot of the things Warith does, I've been able to be a part of, but he does so much more that I don't even find out until it's already done. So it's kind of hard. There's no keeping him in a box. So the things I've done with him, I've absolutely enjoyed and loved, and I'll continue to do until this man's on top. But can you tell us some of the things that you do for the community to try to bridge the gap? And specifically, I'm going to just run straight there. I've never seen anybody so actively try to combine the community with law enforcement to create a harmony where there's only been divisiveness. He is a champion to that crusade here, and again, I've never seen someone so dedicated to it. So can you tell us a little bit about what you do to bridge these gaps? Like
I started my company, Rawhead Entertainment, which is my name mixed up.
Nice.
Warith, so you turn war around, it's Raw, then ITHIT. So, I kind of got the theme from Oprah, turning her name backwards, Hardcore Production.
Nice.
So, and Rawhead Entertainment, the word raw means pure, uncut, uncooked, ain't been touched, and that's what our music represents. It's not someone behind the scenes controlling the message, controlling what we want to put out, and telling us what we need to wear, and say. Because a lot of times that's what's going on in the industry.
What is your message?
Our message is to spread love and peace and not hate and destruction.
And you do that through
music. And we choose music as the instrument to deliver the message because music has been an instrument to deliver the opposite message of destruction. Kill your man, beef with your guy over some dumb stuff. Let's pop these Percocets, not knowing that it's heroin. And this message has been promoted so much through hip hop music specifically, which reflects a lot on the urban culture and the urban community. So, when people look at urban America, they usually get one perception. We need to change that. So when people look at me, they say, hey, that's the difference. That's not the norm. Because the norm is gangster music, pop these pills, call these women slut buckets and all these names and stuff like that, and have no respect for your elders and even your parents. So, you know, I don't want the world to be looking at our culture and our people like, this is all they know, this is how they act. When that's not the case.
And to you, is this a 9-to-5 job for you? What is this here?
This is a 24/7, 365.
Every second.
Yeah.
And again, I know these things, but we got to cover this because it's just too amazing.
Yeah, I mean, my whole life is dedicated to this movement. I mean, music has so much power and influence. And I tell people all the time, there is not a Super Bowl without music, but there's music without Super Bowls.
Right.
There's not a basketball game without music.
Right.
But there's music without basketball.
Right.
There's not a movie or a TV show without some type of music, but there's music without movies and TV shows.
So we're writing that down right now.
So
trademarked here.
So when you understand how serious and powerful the music is, most people wouldn't know their ABCs if it wasn't for the song. And even as an adult, you know, people still resort back to the song and refresh their memory on how the ABCs go.
Right.
And that's your ABCs. Of course you know your ABC. Yeah. But music has the power to play a message into your mind, whether if you like it or not. And the people in power, they understand this. So if I wanted to get you to buy something, I know what to play when you walk in Walmart, right?
Yeah.
You know? Or if I want a whole community genocide each other, then we know what to put the millions and the money behind.
It's amazing because when I think about when I grew up, you know, to go back to what I was listening to. I mean, I was listening to Spice One. I was listening to Too Short. I was listening to 8-Ball MJG.
I'm loving this playlist.
These are my favorite artists. And I always wondered, I was like, why do people really believe what these guys are saying?
Right.
And actually go out there and try to do it.
I mean,
Drake,
what Drake said.
What
He said, this is our job. We don't really go out and kill these people. We're not really, it's our job. He had to make that clear.
And said that too.
Yeah. I remember that. And I didn't understand it until I got older as to how a kid could be influenced by it. And you kind of alluded to it when you talked about learning guerrilla warfare at age 5. When that's all you know, sometimes you get attracted to something that's very similar, and you believe in it. And do you think we're getting past that point to where kids are, or is it getting worse? Do you think kids are really diving into music, believing, popping perks into what's happening, or are we reaching a positive?
You hit it on the point when you said when you were young.
When I was young, yeah.
And then when you got older. See, the mind isn't developed as a child, so you're easily influenced, and you're easily to believe the hype. Remember, don't believe the hype. That song, they was trying to tell you back then, like, man, this is an illusion. I'm broke.
Yeah.
My album's platinum. I ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? This is an illusion. They gave me this chain. I thought they wanted back. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's an illusion. And when you a kid, and if you understand, this is why kids are the target market for everything. They target the kids because they so easily got. And a kid can convince a parent to give them something, even when the parent knows that's not good for the child.
Video games are.
But long as everybody else is doing it, we give in, give your kids things I never had. I didn't have these things, so let me give them to my kid. But you don't know these things are making your child more lazy, making them less productive in society, making them not respecting their elders and their parents and stuff, because we giving them everything, and they don't have to go through the hardships that a lot of us had to go through as kids. And 9 times out of 10 without a father at home or something like that. And so you don't have a male role model figure to look up to. You know what I'm saying? So you're looking for that male role model, and you find it in 8-Ball and MJG. And the thing is about 8-Ball and MJG is they had a balance. They would make positive songs and real life songs and stuff like that. And the thing is, about to answer your question about today, You don't really have that.
Yeah,
It's
all
just
one.
all gangster. Like, oh, I can't be gangster and care about people at the same time.
Yeah,
So
it's
I'm
true.
just gonna be gangster and be like raping women,
Yeah.
raping, pillage women and children. Like, come
Should be
on.
an
You are 100% correct.
That brings us to this topic. Now, Warith created a song, and this song broke all kinds of taboos and has a video attached to it. And in this video, he was able to go to places that you cannot go to shoot videos. The name of this is Don't Start. If you're in front of YouTube, check it out right now. And it is a powerful song about the pressures and the drugs and where this life leads you. And it's told through a video. And at the end of it, they have a chance to go back in time and to don't start, to not make these mistakes. Can you tell us about the historical significance in this city of just filming such an iconic and epic song?
Oh man, like you said, man, the whole city understanding the message that needed to be conveyed through this song, through music, period, to our youth. So letting us film in the courthouse, you know, real judges,
Peoria's courthouse.
real bailiffs. I mean, these not actors, you know, real attorneys, filmed in the county jail, real sheriffs, you know, the hospital, real doctors, real nurses, and it's because the urgency that all these organizations see, like, it's actually a rapper that want to put out a different message that can help save our youth. Yes, we's behind that 100%.
Sure.
I mean, from the mayor to the city council to them putting the video on the website for the whole city of Peoria.
Tell me a little bit about who all was on the song. Like who were the people that were added to the creation?
Dr. Joe Corey.
Shout out to Dr. Joe.
He was the one that approached me. We both recorded at the same studio, Mirror Image, and he approached me about doing a song for the youth. You know, he asked around, you know, where's a positive rapper to do this song.
And who told him about you?
Gary Emanuel. Gary Emanuel. He actually teaches audio engineering up at Bradley University. And, you know, he gave Joe my information. Joe called me. I told Joe, I said, hey, you know, if you want to do this song for the hood, you got to come to the hood for us to work on it.
Mm-hmm.
And he showed up in the hood. We worked on the song, and the rest was history.
Now, there's another voice I heard in that song, too. Now, who is she?
Oh, yeah, that's Maria Chris.
Throw it down.
We knew we needed something, a big voice to put in this, to elevate it to the next level. And Maria Chris was a perfect option. And she just did a wonderful job, you know, laying down her vocals on the track. And that actually completed it. So shout out to Maria Chris, the Chris family, all of them.
Absolutely. And what was your main message, your main thought when this song came to you? What was it that above all else you were trying to beat into whoever was listening to it?
Well, if you listen to the song, in both verses, I start off with the word love. And I talk about getting rid of hate. And the reason why I started with that is because I feel like to solve a problem, you got to get to the root of the problem. So we could tell people that don't join gangs or don't do drugs, but why did they do drugs anyway?
Mm-hmm.
Why did they join a gang anyway? Somewhere down the line, they wasn't receiving enough love, you know, too much hate.
Mm-hmm.
So a gang offered them love. Somebody offering them drugs, offering them fake love, you know what I'm saying? And they end up getting addicted to these drugs or joining these bad gangs that really don't love them, really gonna send them off and do something, you know, and then you hear it all the time, you know, people get locked up, nobody in your gang sent you no money, did nothing for you, you know what I'm saying? So I felt like the main thing to talk about in this song was about love and hate. You know, and the core part of the message in the chorus is, you know, you gotta stay away from the gangs and the drugs.
Yeah.
A lot of things came in the name of the plug.
Mm-hmm.
Fame only came with exchange of a slug. Gotta use your brain in the name of the love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the chorus. You know, like, it's like the artist 50 Cent. Like, he didn't get famous till he got shot 9 times.
Right, yeah.
You know? So it's like, why a lot of people feel like, oh, if I get shot, that's a badge of honor.
Yeah,
Or,
or jail is a badge of honor.
Or jail.
Yeah.
You know, now I got credibility behind my rap career.
Yeah.
And you'll realize that a lot of these kids wasn't bad kids until they wanted to be this rapper and realized that only thing offered to you is to be a gangster rapper. So if you want to be a rapper, you have to be a gangster rapper. And once the street or the industry find out that you're rapping about some stuff you're really not doing, they gonna call you fake, they gonna call you out on it.
Yeah,
So a lot of these young kids feel like they gotta go do stuff just for the credibility of trying to be a rapper.
Right. That's exactly what I was kind of alluding to. I was talking about how I used to listen to this kind of music, Scarface, Pac, Biggie, all these dudes, but I understood at the time as a kid that this was entertainment.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And the reason why was because of the love I was getting at home.
Right.
I knew that they couldn't possibly be out here doing this.
Right.
Because they'd be in jail if they was doing this.
Right.
And then I started thinking back to how the young kids who do listen to this music but don't have the love and they relate to it, and that's how they get so attached. It was an aha moment I had 5 years ago. Like, oh man, all right, that's why I play video games all the time.
And they're emulating something that doesn't exist. If these people you were emulating actually live that life, you wouldn't even hear their music because they would be in prison.
I heard a real gangster said it best. He said, real gangsters ain't got time to be a rapper.
Exactly.
Too busy being a gangster. Real talk.
Yeah,
I mean, think about it. A real gangster, you ain't got time to be rapping and going on tour, signing autographs. There's 20 people want you dead today.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? It's not gonna be signing autographs at shows where I'm just exposed. No,
exposing yourself.
Yeah, no.
Let me ask you this. If people would like to get online and they would like to come experience some of this music and to help support him on the various media streams and to support what he does in general, how can people find you? How can people get at you? And what can they do to help you to elevate your message?
Man, I mean, support the movement, support the cause. You know, I mean, it's easier to.
Where did they start?
I mean, you can start at you know, all my music is on iTunes, Apple, Google. You can look up War Elements.
War Elements?
War Elements, and you put either word fire or H20, or you put wind or earth behind War Elements, because all of those elements are the natural elements of the universe, and I base all my albums off each one of those elements. So when you type up War Element Fire, you'll get the War Element Fire whole album. You get War Element H20, you'll get that. Or you can find me on Facebook under Warith Muhammad. I'm on Instagram under War H201, and I'm on Twitter under War H20. That's like my tag name, War H20.
And should I tell them that you actually have a track with Chris Brown, or should I not mention that?
Oh yeah, man! Shout out Chris Breezy, man, in my track, man, out there, take it off, man. You know what I'm saying? Definitely taking off, and took my female fans base you know, through the roof. So shout out Chris Breezy, man, and everybody out there, man, that's been supporting the whole movement, man. Shout out to all my lady fans. I just dropped a new single called Can He Hit That Spot? Meaning, can he touch your soul? You know what I'm saying? And that's out there right now, making noise, climbing up the charts, man. It's been out for 2 days since Valentine's Day, and it's climbing right now, man. So shout out to everybody out there listening to that, man.
Well, take my final questions out of the equation there. Now, I don't know what to do. What's your food that you ate today? I don't know what to ask at this point. But anyway, I appreciate you stopping out here, giving the audience time to really be able to relate and understand to the positive stuff that you do day in and day out. You guys don't know what he goes through. It's rough. Some days you just be to the point where you want to give up, and you never do that. You always persist.
Yes. Yeah, man, it's like every time I even think about giving up, I'll be like, you know, there's too many people that depend on me, you know. So a person told me the other day, they was like, you like our warrior in this city, so we need you to keep fighting.
Right. It was a pleasure.
Pleasure.
Absolutely.
Great to see you. See you, man.
Across the table.
So,
Legends right here too, both of them, man. What they do, man.